Hi guys, I'm Nick, and I've been roaming the open road for 3 years in too many self-built camper vans. I'm currently travelling with my partner Sam, and when we are lucky, my pup Lord Onyx comes for a joyride with us too. Subscribe for van life adventures every week. Welcome back guys, and hello to anyone new. We're currently travelling through Europe, and right now we're in Portugal soaking in the winter sun. Saying that, it isn't all glitz and glam. We've been dodging travel restrictions left, right and centre, trying our best to keep seeking happiness and our spirits alive. But in order to do this, we have initiated Plan D, where we have paused our travels to start exploring the options of buying land in Portugal. I know you can't see me because it's really dark right now, but I'm really excited to wake up here in the morning. It looks very beautiful.
Good morning. I'm still in this t-shirt, which is a bit of a problem.
I'm still in this. We're such hobos now. That's van life for you. I'm going to show you the park up now, which I'm really excited about. I feel like we've been dwelling in like the city or a town for so long now that it was just really nice to head out into the countryside. So the park up. So this is where we're parked at, outside this church. This is our little home, parked against this wall with a little door in it. Where we are is in Monsanto, which was an hour more east from Castelo Branco, so we're very, very close to Spain now, and it's described as one of the most Portuguese towns, and there's lots of houses that are built into like the boulders and stuff. It's absolutely spectacular here, and we're only at the bottom of the village. Have a look up here. Gonna zoom in for you guys. There's just so many boulders. So many boulders. Even more boulders. More boulders. And then look at this. On the boulder. This is what I want my land to look like. I want boulders. I don't know why, but I seem to just have this calling towards boulders. Anyway, at night time, the village looked absolutely beautiful because it's at the top of the hill. So it was, with all the lights on and stuff, it just looked super cool. So this is the village up there. All the way up there. So that's where we're going to be heading today. I'm hoping we can get the van up there, to be honest. I know that's really naughty, but I've been so lazy after going to the gym and just looking around all the land. Like, I'm not just like physically tired, I'm mentally tired. So I've literally just got out of bed and it's 10 a.m, which, yes, I am normally a late riser, but 10 a.m is definitely when I know that I'm super tired and need to fully rest. But look, another bloody boulder. Look at that. How cool is that? Although I have been feeling very shitty with everything to do with Onyx, I am very excited to be here and to just kind of forget about that stuff for now and to enjoy ourselves exploring a new place.
We have a new EU citizen over here. We were just chilling on the bed while Nick finishes up the YouTube.
Yeah, we've also been conjuring up a plan on how to get our EU citizenship. So we're all going to get married, so that we get automatic EU citizenship through Onyx.
And that's enough of that. We'll catch you on the hill. Still waiting for Nico to finish working.
You ready to go up that?
Oh yeah. That's a walk in the park, isn't it?
For you.
Couple of steps.
Are you ready, Onyx? You're more than ready.
What he's doing? He's a virgin, isn't he?
I thought they were flirting.
Onyx. She's lovely, man. Where's she from? Ew.
You'll be fine.
Look who's come to find us. Onyx's girlfriend.
So I'm having to hide up here really quietly because Nick, the speed demon, is having to do a speed awareness course.
Yeah, hi, I'm Nick, and I'm here today because I'm a speed demon. So that was a fun speed awareness test. You know what? Even if I hadn't sped, I'd pay that £85 just to do the test. It was so much fun, guys. Highly recommend. You can probably see. I just keep crying. I just seem to not be able to pull myself together recently. Like, the news with all of the restrictions on travel and stuff is really overwhelming to take in, along with buying land. Like, the most recent one now is that the thing is going to become mandatory in the EU, and that, you know, plays a huge part in whether I'll be able to travel back and forth to the UK as freely as I like, and my priority is Onyx. So anyway, in the midst of me crying, having a bit of a breakdown, Sam drove into a wall. This is it. To be honest, it should make me sad, but it just made me laugh. So hopefully, like, things will start feeling a little bit better soon. Yeah, we're on our way to see some land, but we've decided to sack it off because it kept trying to take us down some horrible tracks, so obviously we're not gonna want to live there, and we're really far away from like a big town, and as I always say, you know, we're still young, so we want to be able to still access like modern day stuff. So we're heading to the local lake to check that out, as it's nice to know kind of what's in the area. And this lake is where like the Boom Festival is held and stuff. So like I said, we're young, we still want to do normal things and still live an off-grid life. Because if you can have the best of both, why not? But we still need to make a big decision over everything, as the rules will keep like coming in and things. So yeah, we'll catch you at the lake.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things.
Right now, this doesn't look like the most exciting place, but it's one of the local lakes. There is one closer, so I just wanted to check it out to see what would be in the area if we were to live here. Like I said, this is where the Boom Festival happens. There is a cafe or restaurant over there which is closed because it's off season. The water looks really clear, and it's obvious this is used as a beach, but just not right now. So I think it will probably be much better in the summer, which is something we're having to bear in mind as we're going around all the places in Castelo Branco, that it is off season, so things aren't as it always seems, if that makes sense. So yeah, lots of things to bear in mind when looking for a property or to live somewhere new. It's not something I've done before. I've never bought a property or land, so yeah, it's all learning. But right now, it's just nice to come out into nature, especially with like my thoughts just being all over the place. So We did a bit of a naughty yesterday and we put the camera down and didn't share with you guys what we were up to. Honestly, there's been so much going on. We were running around like headless chickens. So
very busy, hasn't it?
yeah, and then my memory card on my camera got full, so I couldn't even film anyway, so I did everything on my phone. I just filmed some little clips of 3 properties we saw yesterday. 2 of them we really like, one more than the other, so I'll show you them now. This 2.5 acre property was very easy to fall in love with. This is what I would call a slice of Portuguese paradise. You have well-maintained terraces, ancient olive trees, 2 wells, and not 1 but 2 buildings. One is being used for storage and the other is a complete ruin. If you can look past that though, you know this home was once full of character, having been built around a boulder. Another beautiful piece of land. This one is a very hidden 2.3 acre parcel of land with no track running past it, only to it. The barn was a good size if you were into tiny living and came with a friendly gecko. The land comprised of olive trees and a well. For us, there was just not enough character, but it would be a great place for someone looking for an easier piece of land to manage, as you'd be building up rather than cutting back.
Really?
And there is another one running from us.
Driving through the woodland here, you knew it was going to be a super remote plot, and as soon as we rocked up, it pulled on our heartstrings, god damn it. The land is 2.6 acres, had been well managed and thickets cut out of the overgrowth, making perfect little pockets to dwell in. It was far too easy to see ourselves here. There was also a really good sized ruin, olive, pear and apple trees, a small terrace perfect for the veggie patch and a well. There is just one big problem. The asking price is 23,500, 8,500 euros over what we had in mind, and 8,500 over what the average cost is for a land and ruin this size. So what do we do? Keep hunting, I guess.
We're now on our way to go see 2 more properties, as if we haven't seen enough. They seem to be getting better and better, fortunately.
Yeah.
Although we've got coordinates now for 2 that we visited yesterday that we're going to go revisit and check out the track in the van and see see if we can just have a walk around on our own and explore a little bit more without the agent there.
Yeah, no pressure type visit. The tracks were good, but the prices are a lot higher than we were hoping, but they have ruins, so that's like the make or break deal for us. Anyway, yeah, we're on our way to the next 2. We'll bring you with us. Another remote piece of land, 1.2 acres with a small ruin. Sadly, it was so overgrown you couldn't actually view it properly. The vendor had bulldozed a track around its perimeter for access, but the land in the middle was impossible to see. So that's a no from us. Well, that's a no from me.
Woo! And that's a no from me. What the hell?
The track is pretty horrible, and the land needs a lot of cleaning up. Although, again, it's in our budget. I just can't, we're not farmers, and we've never owned acres of land, so
or agricultural equipment or know how to use.
Yeah, so I think too much cleaning up is too much for us, and we won't necessarily enjoy the living. We want projects, but not necessarily that project. So to the next piece. Not all viewings blow you away. The minute we rocked up, we knew this place wasn't for us. It was the first plot along the track that ran right through the middle of the land, so there would be no chance of privacy, which is one of the priorities we want out of the land. We pondered around anyway and appreciated the stream and hill with plentiful of pine trees to utilise, but sadly, land number 10 was on our mind. That's the, I guess, kind of like last piece of land of new pieces we're seeing.
And I said that they get better.
They haven't.
Definitely.
We didn't like either of them. It was like a straight up no when we saw them, which is a shame. It's proof that the photos are not what they look like. Sometimes they're really bad and sometimes they're so much better. But also the estate agent, I was not vibing with him. He was really bossy in my opinion, and rude, and I don't want to give my money to that.
Dismissed everything you said and always gave a counter argument, even though you were just making a statement of fact that we said it was too far for us. Oh, it's only 20 minutes. Okay, well,
20
we don't want to go
kilometres,
20,
yeah.
20
Yeah.
kilometres or 20 minutes.
Yeah, especially when we found property that was already much closer and nicer. It felt quite forceful. So to be honest, I really struggled to get hold of that estate agent, and then he criticised me for sending 4 emails. But the way like Pure Portugal work is you can only contact on the listing. You don't know who's listed it, so I didn't even know to begin with that like some of them were held by the same agent, so of course you end up bombarding them with loads of annoying emails. But if they don't tell us who the agent is, then I can't send like a more concise email to them with all of the listings that they have.
Yeah.
And I got told off for that, but if anything, he should know how it works. So I don't like that. I don't like being made to feel inferior. So I'm agitated, guys. We're gonna go anyway see the 2 properties we loved from yesterday, and just kind of see what we think again. Yeah.
Check the internet as well. Which we
Check the
didn't
internet.
do.
Yeah. Which is obviously very important for us. So yeah, fingers crossed we don't change our mind on them. Although it probably is a good idea because they're quite expensive. The next few days we waited around in Castelo Branco for our meeting with the camera. We spent these days doing some much needed self-care, as well as cutting and washing our hair and eating homemade sagaloo curry. You just can't go wrong with that. Today's the day.
What day?
The day. I think it's the day. I don't know. Today we are going to see the camera, and we're also, sorry, the camera. And we are going to see the estate agent who has the land that we really like. We kind of like put in an offer on Friday evening, so we're going to see if they accept that, but I don't think they will because he was really reluctant to even speak to the vendor for us with the offer that we put in, but I like pretty much begged. And so yeah, when we see the camera, sorry, I keep getting it wrong, they will be able to tell us if the land that we like, there's 2 pieces, whether the titles are correct for us to be able to put our mobile home on there, or be able to build any other structures in the future. And also we will be ringing, I think it's called Seth, do not quote me. Yeah, it is cool. So they're the people who sort all like the residencies and visas out. So we need to call them because we will be applying for the D7 visa, but it says that you have to apply from your home country, which of course we're not in. And also we need to know like time frames and things like that. So we've got a few questions for them today. So hopefully, you know, by early afternoon we'll know what we're doing, I think, I hope. If everyone else has done everything they were supposed to, then, you know, everything will go to plan. So yeah, really nervous, really excited, really scared. How are you feeling, Sam?
Hungry.
Hungry. I think that's the best way to start the day. We'll get some Reese's Pieces porridge down us and then crack on.
Whoa! Smelly bastard.
Ooh, on it.
Whoa, Jesus, man.
And
that
you
was
choose
like
to sit
right in
on
my
my
gut.
lap. Come
You
here.
are a disgusting little creature.
Anyway, Onyx, tell them why we're here. Right, guys, so
Right.
we have set you up on the table
It's all
because this is
official.
official talk, isn't it? This is official.
Sit down, guys. We've got something to tell you.
We haven't updated you through the day because we have been running around like headless chickens once again, so we thought we'd just sit down at the end of the day once we've got all of our information together and then share with you. So, Sam, take it away.
So, what have we been up to? We had 2 properties essentially that we liked. We took them both to the camera, which
Yeah.
is the local town hall, the council.
Yeah.
None of it is very straightforward. Everybody here seems to give you a different answer to every single question.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd be able to narrow it down and get a bit of a more obvious answer if we went to the camera. Still wasn't really the case, but
We have learnt some things.
we've learnt a lot of things. There's a property that we really like, and there's a way that we can dwell on it.
Yeah, so basically the camera tells us the titles of the land. The titles of the land we like, the key
best,
one, the better one, is rural land, so that's not necessarily good.
But you can change it.
Yes, we can change it because the building on it is pre-1951, which is the key. So I say building, the ruin. It is a ruin, even though it's got all 4 walls and a roof. It's pretty bowed, pretty messed up, so a ruin. That is the key to turn that land, or that section of the land, into urban land, if we're getting it correct. Yeah. Which I think we are. We're learning a lot. So that is the key. So basically the second option is kind of out of what's the word? It's not an option.
It's not a possibility.
It's not really a possibility.
It could be. It just depends on people's risk appetite.
Yeah, but we won't really talk about that too much on here. But
it dwells way too deep into legalities. Yeah,
which we are. Yeah, we are not lawyers, so we will not give out advice on that kind of stuff. So moving on.
Yeah.
We have put in an offer for the property we like, but we don't have our hopes like very high for it because the property was way out of our budget. So we put in an offer which they basically said they wouldn't even talk to the vendor about, but once we told them we had a second property potentially like up our sleeve, they changed their mind and are going to speak to the vendor.
Well, he dropped it a little bit. He's got a price that he says the vendor will definitely sell it for, which is €2,000 under what they've listed it for.
Yeah.
But we wanted it for cheaper than that because we know that it's worth less than what it's on for.
Yeah, so we've looked at nearly 20 pieces of land, and in our experience of the past few weeks, we believe 1 hectare, so 2.5 acres of land, is around €15,000. This one has been listed at an extreme premium to that, in my opinion, and I have said this to them, but they don't care. But it's a premium agency, so that's what you have to deal with, and unfortunately they're the ones with that property, and out of the 20 we've seen, that's the one we like. So I think
it is a little bit, maybe not worth it, but it's very secluded.
Yeah.
It's very private.
20
the track
minutes.
to it is literally only to this piece of land.
20 minutes
this piece
to the
of land
centre.
before it, but the track, you would only go on it if you wanted to get to
It's
this.
perfect. Basically, the minute we saw it, we could see ourselves on it, and that's, that's worth the money. All the other pieces were like, do we like it? It does have this, it doesn't have that, whereas this one is like, this, we can see ourselves. Yeah.
You don't really have to compromise with a lot, and it's got a lot of olive trees.
Yeah. So that's kind of where we're at. So the offer is in, we're waiting for the vendor to say yes, and then in the meantime he said we don't need to be here, we've decided to quit our property search, so this is it. If we get this one, then great. If we don't, then that's the end of our Portuguese property search for now.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's what we're saying. So we're actually going to head off to Lisbon, aren't we? We're going to start making our way.
Make some headway, carry on with the journey, because it feels like forever since we've actually been doing any kind of travelling.
Yeah, so, and he said we don't need to be here. If the offer does get accepted, we can do some things online and start getting the ball rolling then. But Lisbon is 2 hours 45 from here, so we can always come back, worst case scenario, and if not, we'll just continue around the Algarve and continuing our trip.
Yep.
But I personally think that is the end of our property search this time around. That's all the time we've got, and lesson learned is if we decide to do it again when we come back after the Schengen shuffle, to start from the beginning, not middle of the 90 days, because it's not as quick as you think it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
obviously
why
we
did
started in Spain, so
we
couldn't have done that anyway. I think we started at a perfect time.
And if I haven't said, I said we've got 6 weeks left. Obviously our property search started after 1 month, so 8 weeks, which I thought was long enough because there's so many pieces of land up, but they just weren't what they seemed. So anyway, guys, we'll wrap that up here, and we will catch you in Lisbon. I was about to call it Lesbon then. Lisbon, yeah. So yeah. More adventures! Woo! Guys, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to show us some support. Thank you, as always. For real-time content, as this is 2 weeks behind, head over to my Instagram @NickRoams and make sure to say hi. Anyway, catch you all next week, guys. Ciao!